is Tuzla Airport, owned by Regional Air Services, and we do here, we are an airport, but we also do general aviation services like a flight school, air taxi, pleasure flights, air advertising, aerial works for agriculture, and more complex flights like special services with helicopters. We did transport for the oil rigs in the Black Sea, search and rescue, and other things. It's the only, unfortunately, still the only private airport, 100% private airport in Romania. It's placed 25 kilometers from Constanța on the Black Sea shoreline. And this is an airport open to public traffic, so anyone that wants to land here can land here according to the law, as the regulation says they can land here.
And this is your first plane?
Yes. From time to time we have schools visiting the airports, and the kids are very enthusiastic about taking pictures with this plane.
Amazing.
We also takes 1 minute because they are doing this from the control tower. This is the last time when we'll see the airport this way, because next year we will have concrete runways, new taxiways, perimeter fences, and new control tower. We took 17 million euros. These are the planes we use for the flight school. But I arrange for you to fly around 11 o'clock. And you will fly with us. We are also a fixed-based operator. We have over 25 aircraft, planes and helicopters. And we are the company with the largest range of general aviation services in Romania, and the business is quite unique. You can't find this type of business in Romania, but it's quite rare for the rest of the world too. So people that come here, they say it's a charming place. They fall in love with this airport and with this operator. And we can go on the premises.
The Tuzla airport is the biggest small airport in Romania and the smallest big airport in Romania. I'm now, let's say, chief of the tower, which is not really a control tower, but it's more like an airdrome flight information service. In Romania, it's a complicated and very long story for everybody.
So you're a private service?
Yeah.
Connected to Romania?
No, we are not connected to Romania. No. No, we are private enterprise. In fact, the Regional Air Services, our company, has almost any certificate in aviation. The last one we need to get is an area navigation service provider, like Romania, like Bulgața, meaning a service provider of air traffic control or air traffic flight information service. what we are trying to do is to get an NSAP service provider certificate. We are around like 90% with our certification process, and we will be the first private service provider in Romania, and we will provide airdrome flight information service in Tuzla airport here. Now we are working like an office for a couple of years. Only the documents are not yet ready, because
So
as you
how
can.
is the traffic?
For today is quite is quite low because of the weather.
How many planes?
For today we have around 5 planes flying. Only one in the area. 4 of them are on some routes.
And for a busy day, how many?
In a busy day we have around 50 aircrafts flying in a day.
Touch and go 0206.
And we have almost 25,000 movements a year here in Tuzla. It's a very, very busy airport.
You have general aviation?
Yeah, only general aviation.
Business aviation?
Business aviation, yeah. But only aircrafts below 5.7 tons. Flight school, we are doing almost everything you can imagine in general aviation, except gliders. Gliders is the only thing we are missing. We are doing parachute jumps, flight school, business aviation, leisure flights,
How many
commercial
shifts
flights.
do you have?
Here in the tower now we are 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
We are organized in 2 shifts, 2 people a day, working for 12 hours. 2 other people next day. I'm boss. I'm just filling the gaps when someone is
So
missing.
Monday to Sunday?
We are working Monday to Sunday. Yeah, 8 a.m.
Summertime,
to
winter time?
yeah. In the winter time, only we are working H6, meaning daylight, because we are mostly flying only on day with the airplanes. We are flying night flights with the helicopters. We only have lights for helicopters.
Is it easy to find people to work here?
No, no.
How do you cope with that?
Was very, very hard with
They
people.
have to be old.
They have to be old. Yeah, they
How
have
old
to.
are you?
I'm pretty young. I'm 43 this
How
year.
long have you been here?
4 years.
4 years. And how long have you been air traffic controller?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, we needed for the certification. We needed to build our own air traffic control training facility, and we can now train our own air traffic controllers. We have an air traffic controller simulator, doing the practical work here, but it's quite difficult to have people.
It's quite amazing.
Yeah. We were not the Tuzla airport was not part in the Romania general airport service providing, and we needed to get by ourselves, and we are trying for a long period, more than 10 years, to get this service providing certification and everything in place.
0406.
I'm just hoping now we are, as I said, around 90%, and we will soon have a certificate and will be a service provider officially also. What we are doing in general, to get a presentation of the tower, to see that we have almost everything which is required in a regular even control tower. You can see up there we have, first of all, in the middle we have the weather station, a Vaisala weather station, providing all the information with the wind direction, variation, and speed, temperature, dew point, humidity, cloud ceiling. As you can see now, We have a quite low cloud ceiling, few at 1,100 feet and scattered at 1,700 feet. That's what is mostly blocking us today with the flight.
And this is?
That's the Romanian aeronautical publication, and those are the restrictions now over our area.
This is Romața.
Yeah, this is Romața. Romața is the service provider for aeronautical information in Romania, and as you can see, we are. You can see the bridge.
I see the bridge.
Yeah. And we are here. In fact, this is our own flight restriction. We are using it for the flight school, so they can have training flights, safely training flights here in the area. There are some military restrictions, some firing areas. Chernavoda, which is our nuclear power plant, it's a permanent no-flight zone between ground and 4,000 feet. There are some information for us. The clocks, every tower needs to have properly displayed clocks with the local time and the UTC time. Also some information for us for emergency situations and skulking and radio frequencies. Here we have a radar data picture, which is called SUR backup. It's not for controlling. It's only for flight information because it has like around 10 seconds delay. What you can see now here, you can see it on the runway, on the short final. If you are filming over there.
Someone is landing.
Yeah, someone just landed and dropped below 100 feet, and
Is that a touch and go? He's landing.
he's touch and go.
I guess it's full stop.
This full stop now. It's full stop. He did some circuits, and this is the entire Romanian airspace and the neighboring airspaces and everything that flies around.
Can you zoom out?
Zoom out again.
Are there some restrictions caused by the war in Ukraine? Here.
Definitely not for us.
Yeah.
And then for general aviation, but in fact, nothing. As you can see, in this area, nothing flies.
Yeah. And this area is?
Ukraine.
And that's
This is the Black Sea.
This is the Crimea Peninsula.
Okay.
And as far as I know, the flight information areas are of course disputed. There are two flight information areas. There are also Odessa flight information and Crimea flight information of Sevastopol.
Clear for attacks in India.
And of course, almost starting from 2014, nothing flies in that area. Nothing civilian, anyway. More, we have a timekeeping record. We are using to keep the records of the flights. Of course, we have the radio stations. We have two Rodeshvarts units that we are used mostly. These are the ICOM. These are the Rodeshvarts radios. These are the ICOMs for ground-to-ground communications and also for backup. Here we have some emergencies announcing in the yard. We have speakers everywhere in the yard, and in case of emergency, we can launch the rockets.
Rockets?
No, they are not rockets. Just ringing, and everybody's scaring.
since 2013, so that's almost 10 years now. And yesterday was my birthday and I just turned 26 years old. So I've been flying since I was a kid.
What planes do you fly?
The DA-20, DA-40, starting the DA-42, the Piper Pony PA-25, the Vilga 80, and basically all the planes in here. So this is the flight dispatch. This is the place where pilots do their weather briefing, NOTAM briefing, and flight preparation. This is where it all starts. And I've been informed that we're going to go on a flight today. So I'm going to prepare some of the documents that we need for this flight.
How many trainees do you have?
Usually I manage around 5 students of my own, and then I also do backup for the other students that are in the school. Well, I keep constant contact with them, and basically we are in very close connection, and beside the activities that we have here on the airfield, we also spend time outside. So they get introduced in the pilot lifestyle and what it feels and what it means to be a pilot, an operating one. So they basically have a mentorship program throughout their school.
Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
Actually, I didn't get to see that one because it came out just when we started the flying season, and I'm very busy during the flying season. But once the autumn sets in, I do plan to see it. So you're going to be flying with me today?
Hopefully, yes.
Yes, you'll be. All right. So if I may ask, what is your weight?
65, let's say 65.
All right. So now I'm filling the mass and balance for the aircraft so that you are within safe limits. All right. I'll show you right here on the map. So we are here at Tuzla, and we're going to be taking off using runway 04, so in that direction. And after that, we're going to go on the Romanian seaside, and I'll show you a few of the resorts. And here at Costinești, we have one of the landmarks. It's a shipwreck that's been there since 1960s, and it's a landmark for the resort. And I'm going to show you the airfield from above and all these facilities, and after that the surrounding area.
Great. How much does it cost to become a pilot from zero?
Around
in Romania?
Around 40,000 euros.
Do you find it difficult to find people who want to train in these times? Now, after the pandemic, after everyone was kicked out from the business, like
no, actually,
major European airports have problems. They're recruiting staff.
Yeah. So there's been a halt in recruitment during the COVID time. That will be 2020, but right now it's in the recovery phase, and airlines are picking up again the flights, and it's actually a shortage. And it will take a while until the new generation of students graduate and get to fill the airline. So the effects, they're going to be felt for a bit longer from now on. I estimate a year and a half, 2 years, maybe, until we get to a level before the pandemic, and after that regrowth again, because it takes around 2 years for a student who just entered flight school to finish flight training. So until the new generation can pick up the places that have been left empty by the pandemic, there's going to be staff shortages. 101004 Yankee Charlie Juliet Cruiser start. Okay, we're going to close the canopy now. If you can help me here on the right handle, push forward. A bit more. Yeah, that's it. Liber! This is going to be a standard departure using runway 04. In case of any malfunction, they're going to be
We provide training for emergency situation for oil and gas industry. We provide training for GVO industry for the sea survival, and also provide special training for the CAA, for the general aviation special situation.
What do these people specifically do now?
Now we are in the middle of the course of the HUET, helicopter emergency situation. If a helicopter will land on the water when flew to the oil rig, they learn how to survive on the emergency situation.
How many trainees do you have? Are you fully booked?
I'm fully booked, and I exceed the list of the training which I will propose to do. And basically I have at least 1,000 trainees per year.
How things changed with the pandemic, and did you get things like pre-pandemic level now?
It was much complicated because it was necessary to have some restriction, but like a number of delegates, it was almost the same. Yeah, it was surprisingly, we work very hard.
Do you accept trainees from abroad, from different countries?
30% of my trainees are from Bulgaria. And basically we are open to all of the world. Around 35 to 45 of my trainees is from outside of Romania.
How far away from the littoral can these procedures be done?
To distance where it's possible to be reached with the helicopters. Some person which have done training here will flew over than 100 miles from shoreline.
How often do situations like this happen in sea?
The statistic for the emergency situation for the helicopter is less than one serious emergency situation on 10 years. But doesn't matter how many are, important is to have less number of victims.
You're a private-owned airport and company.
We are 100% a private company.
How your relations with the state are getting more independent, or just you depend on the state? What
we are completely independent. The state will just control us financially and technical on matter of legislation. With economical, they don't help us. They don't fight with us, but they are not involved in our business.
And what is this capsule?
That is visual, it's a method which simulates helicopters. The person learns exactly how to survive, how to escape from a reaching helicopter.
So if you are inside the helicopter, how to get out?
Yeah, exactly. Because when you flew over the sea, the oil rig, you will be dressed with a special suit. You will have a special lab jacket with breathing apparatus, and in this course you will learn how to use all the safety device.
And do you make also different classes for divers?
No, we don't. We use divers just to increase the safety of the training. No, we provide training for the workers, for the people which work on the oil rig. They need special training. It's a safety training to work on to travel. Practically, it's for travel.
And what is this up there, the orange thing?
That it's a rigid boat. It's to learn person how to evacuate the oil rig, because you have two options. You can evacuate the oil rig by helicopter or by boat, and that is a special boat. It's emergency boat. We have
life raft. And they learn exactly how to use to increase the chance of the survival.
And from Bulgaria, what kind of organization need your courses?
From private person, which they know about us, and we have client what work with us, like private person from more than 10 years. They come each 4 years. They come to our training center, and crewing company or different other company.
How expensive is to train your staff in your place?
I don't make a calculation. Depends.
How long is the course? The duration?
Okay, for a person which need the minimum number of the courses for the basic, it's 3 days the Bosnian course, 4 hours the H2S, 1.5 hour CABS. Basically, in 4 days, they have a minimum qualification.